What is up, everybody? How are you? Whoever sees this, whether they catch it during the live stream or they catch it later on a replay, I hope this message finds all of you in a good mood, in the best places possible. I am. What's up, Tamila DeVille? How are you today? I am trying to get back into the swing of things when it comes to my weekly shows here. I think I have I got some pretty good information lined up for you guys today. Um, I don't like saying I hope you guys enjoy it because this is not an easy subject. It never is. But I hope it's educational. I hope it serves the purpose of what it's intended for in creating awareness about what Get to Know is about and what we're doing here. So, without any further ado, I'm going to get right into it today. Sexual abuse awareness presentation. Welcome, everyone. Today we are diving into the topic that is both deeply painful and critically important: sexual abuse. This, just waiting for my neighbors to go away. This presentation aims to shed light on the harsh realities of sexual abuse, both in children and in adults. Aims to shed light on the harsh realities of sexual abuse, dispel common myths, and provide critical statistics and facts. By raising awareness, we can work together to support survivors and prevent future abuse, which is extremely important. Our objective today is to educate and inform. We will explore the various forms of sexual abuse, present eye opening statistics, debunk pervasive myths, and discuss prevention strategies and support resources. Knowledge is power, and through understanding, we can foster a safer and more supportive community. That's a fact. Part one: understanding sexual abuse. Definition of sexual abuse: sexual abuse encompasses any non consensual sexual activity, including physical contact and non contact acts such as exposure, voyeurism, and child pornography. Forms of sexual abuse: physical contact. Examples: rape and molestation. Non contact abuse. Examples: sexual harassment and online exploitation. I'm going to turn this air conditioner off real quick. Non contact abuse. Examples: sexual harassment, online exploitation. Verbal sexual abuse. Examples: sexual jokes, teasing about physical characteristics. Covert sexual abuse. Example: being observed or photographed without consent. Visual sexual abuse. Examples: exposure to sexual explicit images without consent. Ritualistic sexual abuse. This is one that most people will never think of, but it does happen. Examples: abuse involving spiritual or ritualistic elements. Okay, so there's those. Part two: statistics. General statistics. 1 in 5 women and 1 in 14 men, and I don't agree with this one, I think it's way higher, but that's just me. 1 in 14 men experience sexual violence during their lifetime. 81% of women and 43% of men report experiencing some form of sexual harassment or assault in their lifetime. Nearly 25% of men in the U.S. have experienced. Camera's off, babe. The camera's off, babe. Mm. 81% of women and 43% of men report experiencing some form of sexual harassment or assault in their lifetime. Nearly 25% of men in the U.S. have experienced some form of contact sexual violence. I think it's higher than that. 1 in 3 women globally experience physical or sexual violence. I think it's higher than that. It's probably 1 out of every 2. Child sexual abuse. 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 13 boys in the U.S. alone experience sexual abuse during childhood. I think it's higher than that. The median age for reported child sexual abuse is 9 years old. What's up, Cash? It's always good to see a friendly face here. That's for sure. 70% of all reported sexual assaults occur to children ages 17 and under 4. Let that sink in for a minute. 70% of all reported sexual assaults occur in children ages 17 and under 4 years old. Disgusting. "90% of child sexual abuse is perpetrated by someone known and trusted by the child." Right? Why is that? That's right. Reported, Cash. Yep, you're right. Reporting and impact. Boy, can you read? Do you have access to my presentation here, there, Cash, or what the hell, bud? Reporting and impact. This is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking. All those that are not. Yep, you're right. Yep, we're getting into that right now. So, only 25% of rapes and sexual assaults were reported to police in 2018. So, out of every 100 rapes and assaults, 25 were reported. Out of those 25, only 15 of them will see the inside of the courtroom. Out of the 15 that will see the inside of the courtroom, only 3 of them will see prison time. It's ridiculous. The prevalence of false reporting or sexual assault crimes is extremely low, between 2% and 10%. So out of all, you're good, Cash. It's good. It's refreshing to know that people are learning some stuff, and have knowledge of this stuff. So it's all good. And you're right. It is the sad truth. It is the sad truth. So only 2 to 10% of all sexual assaults and rapes that are reported every year are false. It's extremely low. The estimated lifetime cost of rape is $122,461 per victim. Section 3. Facts. Perpetrators. Most sexual assaults are committed by someone the victim knows. Why is that? Anybody? I'll wait. I say it on here all the time. Because we don't let our kids do what?
Go with random strangers.
Hang around strangers. That's right. 51.1% of female victims of rape reported being raped by an intimate partner. Yes, you can be raped by your partner, your husband, your wife, your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. It don't matter if you're married or not. Rape is rape. Is rape.
No means no. Period.
Yeah, well, coerced. Yes, some are coerced for sure, but because we don't let our kids go around strangers.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that happens.
Yep, you're kind of right, Cash. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love seeing people grow in their knowledge of this stuff. Over half, 52.4% of male victims reported being raped by an acquaintance. Over half, 52.4% of male victims report being raped by an acquaintance.
Step parent is another behind one too.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. 93% of juvenile sexual abuse victims knew their perpetrator. 93% knew their perpetrator. 59% were acquaintances, and 34% were family members. Brother, sister, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma. Perpetrators often have criminal histories. In fact, 37% have at least one prior felony conviction. I didn't know that until I learned that. I learned that myself today. So, yes, people are scared to call it rape. Yes, indeed, they are. For myriad of reasons. Yep, you're right, Cash. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's hard, even though my abuse happened years and years ago. It's hard for me to, and I'm pretty open about this stuff, and it's hard for me to say that I had been raped as a child. So, impact on victims. Long-term effects include PTSD, depression, anxiety, and suicidal thoughts. Me myself, I have all three of those. I have had 4 failed suicide attempts in my life. I have anxiety, extreme anxiety, antisocial anxiety disorder, and CPTSD. P- PDSD. Yep. Yep. PDD. What's PDD? P Diddy. Yeah. Physical consequences can include sexually transmitted infections, pregnancy, and chronic health issues. Absolutely. Survivors may experience trouble regulating emotions, a loss of sense of self, disassociation, and other mental health conditions. I myself,
You always go get her tonight. 10 minutes.
I myself have dissociative identity disorder. I legitimately have 4 or 5 different voices in my head most of the time. Only forecast says he's like lightweight. Well, I'm gonna get into all of mine in a minute there, Cash. So, how many you got, Cash? Damn. He's like, only 4, lightweight. Joke. Had the second session with therapist today, so in a curious place. LOL. How did that go, Cash? Are you enjoying therapy? I mean, it's is it helping you? Is it you know? I like hearing other people's stories about their therapy. Me, me myself, I love my therapy. I absolutely love being in therapy. It's helped me come leaps and bounds. Yes, yes, Tamil Deville. Trust issues, absolutely. Fucking trust issues up the wazoo and out the ass for sure. Me myself, I have bipolar disorder. I have dissociative identity disorder. I got PTSD, CPTSD. I got agoraphobia. I have extreme anxiety disorder. I have schizoaffective disorder. Like the list goes on. So good. Next session Friday. All right, Cash. Hell yeah, dude. What's up? What's up, Outlaw? Hope you got your learning cap on today because we're learning some shit today, bud. So there's always I never got an STI, gratefully. I'm glad I never got a sexually transmitted infection or disease while I was being raped. So that is good, especially since the person that was raping me was a homosexual.
Some of the stories you hear these days, those are so sad too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Little
Yep.
kids and stuff, they didn't ask for that.
Yep.
So, dude.
You have a tie-dye obsession. I do have it. There you go. Hey, there you go. I do have a tie-dye obsession. I do. So there you go. And speaking of tie-dye obsessions, tomorrow is Tie-Dye Tuesday, where we will be doing the Friday the 13th Jason Voorhees mask. All right in time for Halloween. Woo! Survivors may experience trouble regulating emotions, a loss of sense of self, disassociation, and other mental health conditions, which we just went over.
Mr. Chapman.
What's up, Mr. Chapman? How are you today, bud? Okay, it's got to wait until after my presentation, okay, James? So hold on to that thought, and we'll get to you tonight, bud. CSA, child sexual abuse survivors, are more likely to experience disorders such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, eating disorders, dissociative identity disorders, and a slew of other ones.
I don't think I know one person that's been abused as a child that doesn't have a mental disorder.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, I don't think I do know anybody that doesn't.
Me neither.
Honestly.
Yep. Cash has got his pen and paper out and he is taking notes. That's a good guy.
Awesome.
Physical health impacts include pain, gastrointestinal symptoms, obesity, and gynecological issues. Yes, these people that do this shit definitely create a lot of damage to their victims, to the physical victims.
Physically, mentally, emotionally,
Yes.
all around.
So, section 4, let's get into some of the myths and facts about sexual abuse and sexual assault. Myth number 1: victims provoke sexual assault by dressing provocatively. Total myth. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Nobody
Nobody deserves or asks.
nobody provokes anybody. Nobody's provocative by dressing provocatively.
The perpetrator makes their own choice to do
Yes,
such a thing.
absolutely.
It's not the victim's fault
Absolutely.
at all whatsoever.
Fact: sexual assault is about power and control, not sexual attraction.
Manipulation.
100% fact.
Absolutely.
100% fact. Myth: sexual assaults are usually committed by strangers. Well, we've been over this before, just here recently on this presentation. Fact: most sexual assaults are committed by someone the victim knows, whether it be childhood sexual abuse or adult abuse. They are being abused by somebody they know. Myth: if a person doesn't fight back, it wasn't rape. Fact: many victims are unable to fight back due to fear, shock, or physical restraint. Right? I don't think you made Cash upset, James. I think he's reacting to what I'm reading, bud.
Yeah, you never upset me.
Yeah, see? You never upset him, man.
I don't think you could upset anybody in this community, really, James.
Giselle Pilcoat. Who's that?
Yeah.
James Hay. Yeah, never upset me. Cool, James says. All right, we got that out of the way. Myth: men cannot be victims of sexual abuse. Well, how big of a myth is that?
No, that's not true.
I'm the walking, talking, perfect example. Perfect example of how come that's a myth. Fact: men and boys can and do experience sexual abuse. Look at me. Myth: it's not sexual assault if it happens after drinking or taking drugs. How fucking ridiculous is that? The thing that gets me is there are people out there that have used this as a reason why they've done what they've done. Are you fucking kidding me? Fact: being under the influence of alcohol or drugs does not mean consent. Just because I'm fucked up, it's not me giving you consent to do what you want to my body. Myth: if a person goes to someone's room or house, they assume the risk of sexual assault. Fact: this wrongfully places the responsibility of the offender's actions on the victim. That's one thing that we can't stress enough. No victim is ever responsible for the sexual abuse that they receive. Right? Right. I got you, Cash. I got you, Cash. Yeah, it scares the shit out of me too, bro. It scares the hell out of me too, Cash. That's for damn sure. Section 5: prevention and support. That's what this channel focuses on a lot, is preventative measures and support for past victims. Prevention tips. This one I cannot stress enough. It is of the utmost importance. It is the most important.
I can't see it.
It is the most important out of all of them. And that is, can anybody take a guess? What is the number one most important prevention tip that anybody can take to keep people safe from this abuse?
Awareness. Right? Knowledge?
Educate. Educate children about boundaries and consent from an early age.
Not educate.
Educate. Exactly, GTK. Hmm. Eight. Yep. Yes. Okay. Encourage open communication and provide safe spaces for discussions. If you want a child or even an adult to talk about traumatic incidents in their life, this they adults and children alike must feel like they are in a safe space, a safe environment around someone they can honestly trust, which can be hard because this action that people do makes it extremely difficult and sometimes impossible for a victim to trust anybody. Promote social norms that protect against violence, such as bystander intervention and mobilizing men and boys and as allies. I don't really agree with that last line, but it is what it is. Teach skills to prevent sexual violence, including social, emotional learning and healthy skills. Absolutely important. Oh, bugger, I meant educate. Stupid predictive text. Good one, Cash. I think I can notice a predator. I know. I bet you can. I bet you can. I know I can. Like it's not judging them by the way they look. It's more of a feeling, a vibe that I get from these people. And I'm telling you, my predator radar is going off all the time, all the time, all the time. Well, an abusive bloke at least. Yep. Yeah. Well, there you go. Create protective environments by improving safety and monitoring in schools and workplaces. Okay, that's always a good idea. Nothing to do with looks. That's right, Cash. Absolutely nothing to do with looks. Because these predators, they come in all shapes, sizes, colors, professions, from judges to police officers to mom and dads to the bum out down the street to children to grandmas and grandpas to the rich and poor. Sexual sexual crimes don't have a demographic. Did I say that right? Perpetrators of these crimes don't have a specific demographic to put them a category to put them all in. They don't. Plain and simple. Support resources. This is one of the best ones right here. The National Sexual Assault Hotline. You can reach them at 1-800 656 4673. That's 1-800 656 HOPE 4673. There's always local support groups and counseling services. You can always reach out to them. Programs like Safe Dates, Shifting Boundaries, and Green Dot that focus on preventing dating violence and sexual harassment. Amazing groups. Yes, you said that right. All right. Right. So in conclusion, sexual abuse is a pervasive issue that affects millions of people worldwide, cutting cutting across all demographics and leaving deep, lasting scars. The statistics are staggering, but they represent real people, our friends, family members, and neighbors. By understanding the facts, debunking myths, and promoting prevention strategies, we can make a significant impact. Every survivor deserves support and justice. The trauma of sexual abuse can lead to severe emotional, psychological, and physical consequences. But with the right support, healing is possible. It's crucial to create an environment where survivors feel safe to come forward, share their stories, and seek help without fear of judgment or retribution. We must also hold perpetrators accountable and challenge the societal norms that allow sexual abuse to persist. This means advocating for stronger laws, better enforcement, and comprehensive education programs that teach respect, consent, and healthy relationships from a young age, but not from a school's perspective. These kind of things need to be taught at home by parents and guardians. So, let's work together to create a world where everyone feels safe and respected, a world where no one has to suffer in silence, and where every voice is heard and valued. By standing together, we can break the cycle of abuse and build a future free from the fear of sexual violence. So, thank you for taking the time to learn about this crucial issue. Your awareness and action can make a difference. Please share this information, support survivors, and advocate for stronger protections and resources. Together, we can break the silence and end sexual abuse. Remember, every voice matters. Every step towards awareness is a step towards a safer world. By educating ourselves and others, we can challenge the misconceptions and stigma surrounding sexual abuse. We can create a culture of empathy, respect, and accountability. To the survivors watching this, know that you are not alone. Your courage and resilience are inspiring, and there are resources and communities ready to support you. To everyone else, be an ally, listen, believe, and stand up against sexual abuse in all its forms. Let's make a commitment today to be a part of the solution. Let's work towards a future where sexual abuse is no longer a hidden epidemic, but a problem we have collectively eradicated. Together, we can create a world where everyone feels safe, valued, and respected. Thanks for listening. That's right, Cash. One day we will. That's right, Cash. One day we will. One day we will. Yep. Yes, you said that right. One day we will. Absolutely, Cash. In all evil, in all evils in society can overcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is G2K. I appreciate you guys listening to my presentation today. I'm going to start doing this, like I said, again on every Monday. Awareness Mondays is coming back. Tie-dye Tuesdays are coming back. Chill and Chat on Thursdays have never gone away. FBI Friday be coming back for sure. Well, you're a great friend too, James. With that being said, I'm going to open up a panel and we see where this goes for the rest of the evening. I don't know how long I'll be live, but one of these days I'll get Cash to join me on panel. If you haven't, Cash, please drop your channel link. Please drop your channel link. Here is the StreamYard link. One of these days I'll get you to come up here and say hi to me, Cash. You have no idea how long it took me to write that son of a bitch either. And like I blew through that in like a half an hour. I thought it was going to be way longer than that. LOL, no. Whatever. You don't got to show your face. It's just like doing a video, but it's just live. What's up, Mr. Chapman?
How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you, bud? That was you,
What's
bud.
new with you?
What's that?
What's new with you?
What's new with me? Oh, too much to talk about on here. Been going through some fucked up shit, especially today, man.
Yeah, I know.
Inside shit, like
I
blew me the
yeah,
fuck away, man.
I appreciate your
What's up,
presentation.
James? What's that, James? Sorry, bud.
I I appreciate your presentation.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you appreciating it.
It's really good.
Thank you. Hope maybe
Yeah,
uh hope maybe you learn something and you're gonna retain some of the information.
I do. I love from it. It's just predators, but that's not. I want to talk about it right now because I know you said it's not a topic of the night. So
We can talk about whatever you need want to right now, James.
well, I mean, I don't mean. I think that I think that sexual abuse in a child is pretty bad, but I don't want to talk about it not that much. But
You
um,
know, that's the reality of it though, James.
yeah,
This is a subject and a topic that nobody really honestly wants to talk about. But
yeah,
it
yeah,
is something that needs and has to be talked about because if we
yeah,
don't, it's
yeah,
only going to get worse. Look what not talking about it for the last 30 years has caused.
yeah. I mean, I don't know because it just bothers me. And I don't want to talk about it more, but it just bothers me that these I don't talk about it, but these predators. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I might make you upset about it, but
No, I
that's
won't
what I'm
get
just.
upset. That's what tonight's about, bud. This
Uh,
is awareness. This is Awareness Monday. So this is what we talk about on Awareness Mondays. Is as long as it's raising awareness to the problem at hand, by all means, let's discuss
um,
it.
I think that parents. I mean, for you to go through that, that's sad, and and children go through that is sad for me to see it happen to a child.
Oh yeah, and it happens every day.
Yeah,
It's literally happening to a child right now as we speak. It's
yeah,
happening. It's happening to a female, an adult female. It's
yeah,
happening to an adult male as we speak. It
yeah.
happens thousands of times a day, every single day in this country, and it's got to stop.
I don't because I mean, like told me before. You told me last time it's an attempt of the child what they do, but for me it seems like okay. So I mean, to me, I don't like seeing it. It's disgusting to me. I don't really do it, and I don't really get involved in that anymore. But it's just weird to me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, if you think for 1 minute that this is comfortable for me to do and easy for me to talk about, it's not. I literally
Yeah,
have to give myself a pep talk. I literally
yeah,
have to convince myself that this is what I want to do today. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I figure what makes it a little bit easier for me
yeah,
is the fact that if I'm not gonna if I'm not gonna talk about it, who is?
yeah,
There's so many innocent people out there, men, women, and children, mostly children in my eyes,
yeah,
that are being abused that
yeah,
don't have. Oh my gosh,
yeah.
What? Sorry.
What
no, it's Cash.
what is Cassie about it?
What's up, Cash?
Literally came up on
Hey,
this.
can you hear me?
We can.
Cash.
Hey, you're all right.
That is amazing, Cash. That is so cool.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
First time you jumping up on that like that.
We're gonna
What
move you up. We're gonna move you up here to the number one spot there, bud.
Yeah, that's so cool.
what is Cass thinking about these predators?
I got him, Mom. He's ready.
What am I? What? Where?
In
When?
his mind.
What do you think about these predators?
Oh, shame stuff.
What? The nasty people.
Because you know it's coming. I gotta do that.
What do you think? What do you think the proper? What do you think the proper punishment for a pedophile is, Cash?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, this is Well, this is the thing, isn't it? It's You see, I'm very much for rehabilitative justice in
yeah,
life, but when it comes to sexual offences, and it's really hard to portray this properly across because
Hey,
every lad or something may make a mistake or something at one point, but there's difference between making a mistake,
yes,
in life as a kid and being someone who is going to be prolific, uncurable member of society. Because in Europe, they've tried a lot of things to cure pedophiles, and there is no cure for sexual offences, and especially paedophilia. There is no cure, and
no,
I've said this to you before about the Louis Theroux documentary that he did. There are places in the US and around Europe and things like that where they try and rehabilitate, but you cannot. And I'm not one of these hang everyone type, Texas Austin shoot everyone type person. But there are people who are not safe in society. They're not. They shouldn't be in society. I'm not saying kill them. I'm saying keep them away from other people. Sorry,
absolutely.
your turn.
Yeah.
Rock bottom. That's the lightest penalty they should get is to be completely removed from society for the
Yeah.
rest of their existence.
I agree on that.
I mean, do you know what the reoffense rate is when it comes
What is-
to? It's 99%.
Is it?
Yeah, that is what I'm saying. These people, I would rather see you see this. This is what pissed me off a lot. You see people who commit fraud and the likes, like stole from a company. They're an accountant and things. They go to prison, but they'd be better off doing community service at a community centre, helping them with the accounts. And yet they let violent and sexual offenders out. And they'd rather put people in because they committed monetary crimes. But with sexual offenders cannot be rehabilitated once
They
they've
can't.
got to a point. And
Yes.
that's what I'm saying. Those ones need to never come out.
Yes. And I think that point of no return comes at a fairly young age.
Yeah. Oh, indeed. And the problem is the main thing is there's a lack of resource into social services, into probation, into prison, into
Yes.
many welfare systems where, some people, there are kids who will never change. There are adults who will never change. It's some people can be rehabilitated in life, some cannot, and I don't know, and it's about protecting the majority. But when
Yes.
there's warning signs of people, when you see someone's been in prison for a couple of sexual offences and then they're let out and then they end up killing someone, it gets boring. It's like
It
hang on,
gets
the
ridiculous.
probation services are as underfunded as anyone else as the prisons.
Yeah. And like me myself, I say that 99% of these parasites that end up going to prison, they should just be put under the prison. They're not ever gonna be a positive influence on anybody. They're never gonna become a productive member of society. The damage that they cause has endless amounts of damage attached to it. Not just for the physical victim that they victimize, but for family members of the victims, future family members, like people. It's hard for some people to understand what I'm saying, but my kids were victimized by my sexual abuse before they were even born. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My wife, before we even met, my wife
Victim by the environment or your
is a victim of the man who sexually, physically abused me as a child. My wife, and I'm vice versa. I'm a victim of I'm a victim of my wife's sexual abuse from her stepdad before we even met.
No. G2K, G2K. You're not a victim, are you?
No, I'm a survivor for sure.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
But
Yeah.
and one thing that I think is the biggest is the biggest fuckery of all. Is a lot of people don't understand that once one of these parasites get released out of prison, let's say they go to prison for 5 years. Okay, they get sentenced to 10 years in prison. They get sentenced to 10 years. So they get out in 5. That means they got 5 more years of parole. So they do their 5 years of parole. As soon as they get off parole, they still have to stay registered as a sex offender for a certain amount of years, which I don't think they should ever be let off the sex offender registry.
Oh no.
Once you offend, once you are a sexual offender, that is what you are for the rest of your life. I will be a sexually abused victim / survivor for the rest of my life.
That is why I'm very careful to say when it's very difficult without reading a massive thesis or something. It's very difficult to sort of express my opinion without sounding like a complete, right wing lock 'em all up type person.
Right.
What I'm saying is, that there are a lot of people who do not belong in society, and there are a lot of people that yes, people have made mistakes and committed sexual crimes, one-off, whatever. I'm not saying this is why it's hard, because I don't want to say, okay, they, but no, they can be rehabilitated, but then there's ones who cannot and should not be in society, and they acknowledge it themselves. This is why the Louis Theroux documentary is amazing.
Yes.
That I've said about, because it's just fascinating, because they've got these paedophiles in this there's a couple of documentaries, but there's one they've got a rehab unit, and they've got the paedophiles in there, and even in that unit, one of them, it's Louis Theroux that notices he's got this picture on his wall of this young boy. It's a painting, but
3
it's like
of them.
a ballet dancer.
Yeah, they're like ballet dancers. Yep.
And it's like, hang on, so it brings up to the guards, and it's like, so it's just thought it's not changing. Do you know what I mean? It's just been surreptitious and
like
fucking predatory.
Yeah, his counselor's standing right there, and he like kind of chuckles. He's like, well, I would assume that they're not under the age. And the guy
it's not even about the age, is it? It's about the once you look at their expression and thing, you're like, that guy is just, if you let him out, he's a danger to society.
The first thing he's going to do is go and find somebody to offend.
Yeah, exactly.
For real, And so these parasites, they get released out of prison, they go see a probation officer, they do their 5 years on probation, they get released, and that's it. They don't have anybody, that there's no department to watch over top of them. Once they get released off of probation or parole, there's nobody to hold them accountable and make sure to check on them to make sure that they're staying compliant and not doing what they're not supposed to be doing and doing what they're supposed to be doing.
But that's again, that's the resources issue, isn't
it?
Yeah,
it is.
It's but it's a sad state of affairs. It's a sad state,
yeah. It's horrible.
And they're protected on top of
that.
And
they're protected on top of that.
Like you get a hate crime if you do anything to them. Like you're literally going to be in a lot of trouble. Double.
I mean, for real. So let's like on the National Sex Offender Registry, the NSOR here in the U.S., like you have to legitimately sign documented papers saying that they won't even let you view anybody on their website that's a registered offender until you agree to not cause any harm, instruct anybody to cause them any harm, or to harass them, or any other shit like that. Which I'm not saying that they should be harassed, but why not?
But what about
I'm sorry.
What about the children though? They're not given that you know what I mean? That protection.
No, see, I mean that I'm not even going there in this.
Well, you know me, Cash. I'll go where.
Oh, I know. Yeah. You go where you want. It's your channel.
So I mean, for real. So like, once you abuse a child, you lose every fucking right you have as a human being. You don't have the right. You don't have the right to. I don't give a fuck how hard it is for you to get a job, to find a place to live. I don't give a shit. I hope every single fucking day of your life is the biggest fucking struggle it could possibly be, because every day of my life is a struggle to get through.
Well,
Even
I'll say one thing. There's a film, I think I've told you before, called Boy A, which is loosely based on, well, loosely, quite closely based on the Jamie Bulger case in the UK.
okay,
Do you know that case?
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting because those were two. Were they? He was, what was he, 4 or something, and they were like 8 and 10 or something at the time. Massive case in the UK. And the Boy A is quite interesting because it analyzes one of them essentially coming out after that time, because they committed a horrific crime against a kid, but they were kids, and it's really weird. Just sorry, it's probably a bit of a tangent. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. What's up, Outlaw?
What's going on, guys?
Just having a serious conversation tonight, bud.
Hell yeah, man.
You know. So what's your little insight on what do you think should happen to a pedophile? Outlaw?
I can't say it here on YouTube.
Oh, you can, because we don't hide from saying shit here on my channel, man. We say what's on our mind, dude. I don't give a shit. I've been here.
I think you get to get their ass beat.
A
that's one way.
pedophile should be executed on the spot.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna pick no bones about it. Excommunicate.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah, for real.
sir. Thank you.
Well, it was nice for you to come up, Cash. I really appreciate it. I don't know if you accidentally I don't know if you meant to jump down or if it was an accident, but I appreciate it. That was the first,
I think
that was
I think a pedophile should get shot in the head.
Yeah.
I call them 47-cent cases. Why 47 cents? Because
Yeah.
that's about what it costs to make a 9mm bullet. About 47 cents.
You know, I don't like pedophiles at all. Period. It just means he can go for in jail and for the QA.
Yep.
Bring back public stonings. Bring back,
Yep.
you know.
Yep.
Thanks,
I
3
agree.
Dot. Push the channel, bud. I appreciate it, my friend.
I think pedophiles should be locked up in jail and for a QA. You know, don't let them out.
I don't think that we as law-abiding citizens and decent human beings should have to be forced to pay and take care of them for the rest of their fucking lives.
Yeah.
I agree.
Me
Why
too.
should I have
Thank
to
you.
pay? Why should I
Yeah.
have to pay thousands upon thousands of dollars in taxes throughout my lifetime for them to stay alive in a prison cell?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
these prisons are technically a business.
Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah.
They're a privatized business, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so the more people that you can incentivize to get put in prison, the more money they make off of them.
Yeah.
Which is why you see all of this stupid shit with these cops pulling you over for the dumbest stuff, like a tail light out or a tag light or something,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
accidentally running a red light or something like that, or
Yeah.
anything they can to basically road pirate your ass.
Yeah.
Like I've used this as an example on my channel many a times. My brother-in-law got busted 6 years ago for drug trafficking. I'm not condoning drug trafficking. You shouldn't do it. And we're talking 80 pounds of fucking methamphetamine, hundreds of thousands of dollars, like drug trafficking. Okay. He gets sentenced in federal court to 36 years in federal prison. When you get sentenced to time in federal prison, you're not getting released early. There's no such thing as good time. There's no such thing as parole. There's none of that shit. They don't do that shit in federal court. But the pedophile, the parasite that got sentenced right before him, who was standing in federal court for his 5th time for production, distribution, and receiving child pornography, got 5 fucking years. He's
Yeah.
already out of prison, and my brother-in-law has 30 years
that's
to
how
go.
it is every day. That's what they do every day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And which one of those can you potentially rehabilitate? It's not the bloody paedophile, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. Like, for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not condoning drug trafficking because it's not okay. I mean, let's be realistic about
But
it.
does the crime fit the
But-
punishment? For real, you know?
But the rehabilitation rate for a drug addict is 66%. 66% of drug addicts that go to prison will never commit a drug crime again. 66%. What's the percentage? What's the percentage for pedophiles that reoffend? 99% will
Wow,
reoffend.
I never did it before. Wow.
1 out of every 100.
Even with
Won't
the program
reoffend.
that they have in the prison.
What?
for
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never did it before. Wow.
I mean, for real,
yeah. Yeah.
you know, and like
Yeah.
we're seeing pedophiles get busted with thousands and thousands of images and videos of child pornography getting 5 years in prison. I think they should get 1 year for every picture and every video they got. People are like, well, G2K, that's not 1 year per picture. Well, you got to understand something.
Each one of those victimizes a child.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you got to understand something. These pedophiles that have
Every
this-
picture,
they're not-
every picture is a victim.
yes,
Yep,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So you give them 1 year per picture. Well, most of these pedophiles are getting busted with 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 20,000 fucking pictures. That's 20,000 years in prison.
Good
Not telling
God.
you what this is.
I did a story on a pedophile out of Florida about 9-10 months ago now. He's 71 years old when he got busted. When they busted him, they had to weigh his child pornography, his pictures that he printed out himself at home on his home printer on a fucking car scale. It weighed over a ton. They counted the individual fucking pictures. It was over 250,000 individual pictures that he himself printed out at home.
Or would he get 10 years?
Good.
He got
But-
7 years.
7 years.
But remember that makes these people sound stupid in a way, saying because my first thought was why would you print them out, you bloody idiot? But the point is, these people come in every guise, so there'll be the clever buggers who have it hidden away in all sorts of places, encrypted all sorts. But then there's these stupid buggers that print it out and whatever. But they're all evil scum, really.
And I mean, and if you think about it, he had over 250,000 individual images. You know how many fucking years that is?
And those are just the ones he printed out. Imagine, you know what I mean? Like, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
It's so-
Like, and that's the thing. People are not taking it as serious as they need to take it. Like, a lot of people don't have kids, so
Or
why do
they
I
just
care? I don't
find-
have
they just
kids.
find it easier to turn the other.
Yeah,
cheek, you
they
know what I mean?
turn.
This why I said sorry. This
Go
why I
ahead.
said about this Giselle Pellico case.
Okay,
It's the French case I said about.
right, okay.
So it's a massive French case at the moment. She was basically raped by 72 plus men
Oh my God.
while her husband had drugged her and found these men online for her. And so at the moment, her husband is on trial. She didn't remember it. She was absolutely, for 10 years, she never knew he was doing this to her. He found people on the web to come over and rape her when she was asleep. It's a massive trial in France. Google Giselle Pellico.
I am right now.
Are you okay?
I
Wow.
actually am right now.
Because the big thing as well is once the trial started, the judge said they weren't allowed to call it rape. This weird French definition type of what they could call it. So they were like, hang on, if this isn't rape, what the fuck is? Do you know what I mean? Just because she was drugged and not, they've got videos of 72 people plus, you know, sexually assaulted, well, raping her, and the judge was like, "Oh, we can't, you can't use the word rape." What the fuck? So there was lots of protests. It's only the last couple of weeks. Sorry, shush me. Sorry.
No. Absolutely, I would not shush you.
No.
Absolutely, no way, dude.
We love to talk about stuff over here for sure.
Like, I mean, how else is the information going to get out there if we don't talk about it?
That's what's wrong with this world is
Right.
it's shushed and you have to abbreviate this word and that. It's bullshit.
Not here. Not now. Like, I mean, seriously. All I'm bringing up is a pair of goddamn boots. They're Cash. GISEL.
You know, it makes my skin crawl to get on these apps and see how many of these registered sex offenders are around me, living amongst me in this community that I'm in.
So now let me really make you sick to your stomach. Those are just the ones that have been caught and convicted, outlaw.
Ugh.
Those aren't the ones. That's not including the ones that'll never get caught.
There's some that are being viewed
Those
right now.
that's not including the ones that have went to court and had made a plea bargain with the prosecuting attorney to not have to register as a sex offender.
And think about all the missing foster kids and stuff.
Like you know how many foster children go missing every single year in the United States and are never seen again?
Think it was
57,000 a year that are never seen or heard from again in this country from foster care.
I was gonna say probably around 70 or 80,000.
And it's probably closer to 70 or 80,000. Outlaw. It probably really is.
Well, not to go too deep into conspiratorial territory, but there is a market for all that stem cell and.
Oh yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. I don't want to get your channel flagged, but yeah.
That's
it's flagged. It's flagged like a motherfucker already. Outlaw.
Yeah, there is a real market for this stem cell and adrenochrome and all that.
Oh yeah.
But then the problem is that I think that detracts from the very basics of human trafficking and sex trafficking. Is that it's as simple as grooming a kid at school type thing and getting them into something as it is to this sensationalizing. There's this mass Donald Trump, Pizzagate, Clinton crap. You know what I mean? If people hear the word sex trafficking, they think it's something massive. No, it's a next door neighbor pimping out his fucking daughter. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people have this image and this thought that trafficking is like you got to be moved from place to place. That's not what it is. I mean, that's part of it. Yes, it is. Like, okay, to be trafficked, you got to go and you got to be transferred from one state to another. No, trafficking, like
oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
3 Dot Dave, you haven't heard of that? Yeah. Look, before YouTube got scrubbed, because there used to be videos on this all over YouTube before the great information purge happened whenever, 5-10 years ago on YouTube, something like that. There was a video of the CEO of Nestle. You guys know what Nestle is, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The guy admitted on whatever was being recorded, whoever was recording at the time, he admitted that they sold and produced products with stem cells in them. He admitted to it. He said, "Yeah,
the Nestle milk crisis. The scandal, milk scandal. Yeah.
So it starts to make kind of more sense now why they want abortion so bad and they want all these kids being groomed in schools.
I don't think it was related to that. I think it was just. I don't think it's a big conspiracy.
Yeah.
I think it was just
the market,
greed, and what they do, really.
So to the Giselle thing. So as the horror of how Dominique Pellicotte drugged his wife Giselle and allowed at least 83 men to rape her continued to unfold in a French courtroom last week. It was hard to see how the case could have been worse, as one local official suggested. Louis Benoit, mayor of Mazan, the southern French town of 6,000 people, where the Pellicottes and a number of the alleged rapists lived, who added that no one was killed, later apologized and admitted his words were not entirely appropriate. So, but because nobody was killed, it's not that important?
So it wasn't that big of a deal what happened to her? That's fucked up. Yeah. That's so fucked up.
Like, her husband should be shot in the fucking face.
Everybody else that victimized her, everybody else that had part in it.
Well, yeah, but especially her husband.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but the thing is, the interesting is if you look at the list of all the people that participated, they are every aspect of male society you could think of, and that is more my point. You know, you never know who's a fucking deviant. You know.
Yeah, it's like I've said it 1,000 times on here. It's judges and lawyers and police officers and teachers and priests and Mormon officials, and it's disgusting.
The people in the positions of power that can make things
Yes.
change. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And that's right. That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly what it is. So we're gonna let's see this. She scares me. Oh fuck. Hamilton.
Oh my god.
So this is one video. We're gonna watch this one real quick. Present first and foremost. Yep, trafficking first and foremost. $128 billion a year industry in the United States alone is the human trafficking and child sex trafficking
I bet you
industry.
it's higher than that.
Well, yeah, that's
Numbers
just
are always
Oh
wrong.
yeah.
They're always wrong.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah. So go ahead.
Well, and then think about all of these businesses overseas that uses child labor still in these sweatshops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be a lot of it too.
Oh yeah. It is. It is. You know, like human trafficking doesn't just involve sex trafficking. You know what I mean? That's a big chunk of it for sure. But I mean,
Oh,
you know,
there's a
and
lot of human trafficking for work purposes as well.
yeah.
There's a lot
And
of
then-
there's a lot of it. What do you call it now? No, modern slavery.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
So people just taking in people, not for sexual purposes, just for using them to do stuff,
Mhm.
which is just as bad because they're all built from the same psychotic mindset. But
Oh my gosh.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for.
Okay. So check it out. I'm sorry. I got to do this. This is totally off topic, but this is a huge part of my life, and for real, this is huge. I've been waiting to hear this for fucking since 1996.
And we begin with that breaking news at the top of this hour. New court documents show that Dwayne Keefe D. Davis accused hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs of paying $1 million for the killing of rap icon Tupac Shakur. According to the court documents, Davis claims Combs paid Eric Von Martin the money. He also says that Combs offered to set up a phone call with Terrence Brown, who was the driver of the car that rolled up next to Shakur and Suge Knight on September 7th, 1996, near the Strip. Now, Davis says that he was telling on himself and not trying to provide evidence against anyone else. He's accused of orchestrating the plot to kill Shakur. A trial date has been set now for some time in November.
Yes! Fucking A, baby! Fucking A! Fucking A, P. Diddy! You're fucking going down even bigger now, you motherfucking piece of shit cocksucker, dude. Fucking A, dude.
Holy shit.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude. Dude, I'm telling you, like the day Tupac got shot, I fucking said it from the very beginning that fucking P Diddy had fucking straight his hands in it 100 fucking percent, and it's finally 100%. Diddy's going down for Tupac's murder, guys. That's fucking awesome.
God.
Yes, that is amazing, dude. I got goosebumps and I'm ready to fucking cry about it.
That
For
is
sure.
that is crazy, man. Nearly
Yes, he
30
does.
years later, and they're just now getting around to this. Wow.
Yep. Yep. He does too. Like people can say whatever they want about Tupac or whatever. Like he was a big influence in my life, and like he helped me get through some shit. And he was like I sit back and I think about what rap music would be like today if him and Biggie. I wasn't the biggest fan of Biggie because, like I said, I was a Tupac guy. You know, you're either East Coast or West Coast. You weren't both. You know what I mean? So like, for real, this is a fucking amazing day for justice.
And Vanilla Ice, obviously.
What's that?
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah. What about him?
Well, he's obviously a big part of your life.
Well, not really. Like
I
he's
know,
deadly like a
I'm
poisonous mushroom, but you know.
joking, for fuck's sake.
Oh wow.
Me, like NKTOB is where it's at for me. You know what I mean? You know who NKTOB is, right?
New Kids on the Block.
New Kids on the Block, baby. Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. Oh, I know who they are. Yeah.
Hanging tough.
There you go, buddy. You know what I mean?
Hell
But that's
yeah.
fucking badass. So we're gonna play this video now, but that's awesome. I'm so glad my daughter showed me that, dude. That just set me in a total different mood. For that's he's. I hope not. He better. Dude. If he does, oh, dude, he's such a. He probably will. Anyway, this is on that Giselle Pellicoat. So let's watch this real quick.
Gardeners, nurses, firefighters, or engineers. Some of these men are gardeners, nurses, firefighters, or engineers. Others retired or volunteers, even fathers, aged between 26 and 73. And they are all accused of raping Giselle Pellico at the invitation of her then husband, Dominique Pellico, in their home in southeastern France between 2011 and 2020.
These are people who are not delinquents at all, who for the most part have clean criminal records
Well, they are.
and had normal family lives and professional activities. And they found themselves involved in this case, which is obviously a very important
35 of the 50 co-defendants maintain they are not guilty. Some claim they too are victims manipulated by the main defendant, Dominique Pellico, even saying they thought his wife was on board, despite never seeking consent from her directly. But a key testimony on Tuesday could prove lethal to their case. Finally addressing the court, Dominique Pellico himself said explicitly that they all knew they were taking part in the abuse and that they cannot claim the contrary. The only one not accused of directly abusing Giselle Pellico is a man called Jean-Pierre M. Instead, he has admitted to copying the crime and replicating it against his own wife to rape her, sometimes with Dominique Pellico involved after the pair met online.
My client is very malleable and very naive. That's what the reports show. Well, quite simply, he walked into this. He doesn't have the personality to say no.
While the stories of these men may vary, they all share one thing in common. They are now at the centre of this disturbing case that is exposing a reality of sexual violence to France and the world.
The case continues.
Back in 2022.
Wow.
That is horrific. That is so sad.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Fucked up.
It is. But then the judge said they weren't allowed to, because of French law. This is what they're protesting about as well. Is they couldn't say rape. They couldn't call it rape. What the fuck? It's just,
What the fuck else is it?
exactly. That's the thing. It's a weird French thing going on, and that's another protest going on. It's like, what else is it if not rape? It's not.
It definitely wasn't consensual.
Exactly. What
What other option is there? There ain't.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's fucking ridiculous.
This is disgusting. Messed up bullshit.
That's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Oh shit.
That is crazy. Wow. That poor woman. I mean, seriously, that is so horrific.
Oh, but Giselle Pellico is so strong too. She waived her right to anonymity, and her and the daughter have been.
Oh, the crazy.
It's been going on for a couple of years, so she waived the right to anonymity, and basically, you know, has been a really strong woman, and her and her daughter an advocate against this crap and trying to expose it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's up, Harley Dad?
Hey, what's going on, Harley?
Thanks for the memberships, my friend. Check this shit out, Harley Dad. I'm playing it myself right here, so check it out. We're gonna watch this one too.
Conspiracies about the death of hip-hop icon Tupac Shakur. It seems like none of them involved a 50-year-old cancer patient getting arrested almost 30 years later for being involved in that fateful situation that took out one of the pioneers of hip-hop. And apparently his death had a huge connection to a hip-hop powerhouse in Diddy, who apparently financed the whole thing.
You said you lost your empire because of Puffy. Why you say that?
I did. If I wouldn't have never met him, I would have never been involved in this bull.
But it seems like the Las Vegas PD is finally had enough of Keefe D going on the internet and explaining his involvement in the Tupac murder to multiple news sources, book sources, and just going on a general press release. So they apparently arrested him today in connection with the murder and indicted him, man. We got to talk about the ongoing situation with Las Vegas native and former all the crazy conspiracies about the.
It is official. It is 100% fucking official.
That is so fucking amazing. It's about time. It is about time.
Fucking crazy, man.
Fucking A, dude. Fucking A. That's
I
like,
was 8 years old when he got shot.
I was in fucking 10th grade, man.
I was in ninth grade.
Dude, the day he died, well, the day he got shot anyway, dude, I got up out of my desk in the classroom, dude. I fucking walked straight out of the classroom. The teacher asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm going to go home and cry. I fucking walked home. I got me an ounce of fucking bud. I sat down. I put on book one, All Eyes on Me, book 1, book 2. I listened to it on repeat all fucking day long. I sat there and smoked fucking blunt after blunt after blunt and cried my fucking eyes out, dude.
Sometimes music has that influence on you when you're
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. It's just, and the crazy thing about it is what Tupac was rapping about 30 fucking years ago. It's literally coming true now.
And he's still releasing music.
Yeah.
Hasn't been heard.
Yep.
Too,
You know, and dude, he had so much music that he had recorded that dude, we'll never hear all of his shit that he put out that he had, dude. Never.
There's a lot of people that are envious.
Yep. You're right, Cash. Music is emotional for sure. For sure. For sure. What's up, Hardy Dad?
Trying to think of the name of that song.
Which one?
Oh, what was that song?
Give me a beat. My wife and I will be able to pick it out.
Yeah, I'll be able to tell you.
Grew up amongst the dying breed.
Amongst the dying breed. Until I got the thug life tatted on my chest. Yeah.
Timmy, can you feel me? Yeah. What is that song called?
Yeah.
Lord, cause here I come. Oh, so many tears.
So many tears. Yep,
Yep,
that's
so many
what it
tears.
is.
Yeah, so many tears.
Yep, that's one of my favorite ones too.
Yeah, I was thinking of that song, man. That's one of my all-time favorites by him. That, let's see.
Better Days is a good one too.
Dude, like
Better Days.
I said it the other day. I'll stand by it today. My motherfucking all-time favorite motherfucking Tupac song is fucking Hit 'Em Up, dude. Like that
Hit
is
'Em
the
Up.
straight. That is the straight fucking smash you in the mouth, motherfucking. That's the one that got him murdered. That's the one that got him murdered. For real.
I Get Around is a good one.
Yeah.
Heaven Ain't Too Hard to Find.
Gangsters, Thugs, Ballad of a Dead Soldier is a good one. Fucking
Wonder If Heaven's Got a Ghetto's another good one.
Yep. Fucking Dear Mama.
Do for
Dear
Love.
Mama. Brenda Had a Baby. Like, I mean, fuck, dude.
California Love.
Yep, and timed out, Dave.
Machiavelli too. Machiavelli was good too.
I don't like the same with Jelly Roll is for me is like the same with Tupac. Like I don't think I can find a song by either one of them that I don't like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's up, Kitty XO? And Mac talking smack. What's up, and Mac talking smack? Cash, did you lead me here? Oh, following Cash. Well, thank you, Cash, for bringing some new peeps over, man. I love seeing new faces, that's for sure. Okay, Kitty XO, I'm telling you right now, like your stream last night was dirty. First, fuck off, your bitch, and the click you claim straight up, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a good
Hell
one.
yeah.
Rod come quit with game.
You claim to be a bad boy,
Claim to be tell you better fuck your wife. Yeah.
fat motherfucker, but fuck your
All
wife.
those lyrics.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hit him up. Hell yeah. But now guess what? Guess what? I guarantee you right now, that song is playing over in Puffy's fucking head right now, saying, "Oh my God."
Me Against the World's another good one.
Yeah. Yep.
Scandalous is a good one.
Like I said, it's almost impossible. It'd probably be impossible for me to find a Tupac song that I didn't like. Oh yes.
She's so scandalous.
She's so scandalous. She's so scandalous. Got two America's Most Wanted in the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time.
Do for Love is probably one of my all-time favorites by him. I like the melody.
Yeah. Yep.
Way better than Bobby Caldwell's version.
Yeah.
Picture Me Rolling.
Yeah, Picture Me Rolling.
Me Rolling.
Yeah.
Picture Me Rolling. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Hardy Dad, why are you not up here yet?
Did
Kitty
you?
XO, why are you not up here yet? A Mac talking smack, why are you not up here yet?
Did you ever hear the song he did with Mac Breed?
How does it go? What's it?
I got to get mine. You got to get yours.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
Hold on, G2K. I'll link it to you. Hold on. It's one of my favorites by him.
We would have had to have heard it.
All that comes to my mind is Snoop Dogg song.
Oh, this
Hardy
song.
Dad.
No, it's MC Breed. Sorry.
What's it called?
MC Breed, Gotta Get Mine, featuring Tupac.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard it.
I don't think I heard it either.
I'll link it to you here in the private chat.
All right.
There you go.
Hardy Dad, will you drop links in? Will you drop my Poetry's Emotion channel link? I'm getting closer to 50 subscribers on that one. As soon as I do that, I'm gonna start doing live poetry readings on that channel.
It's yours. What is that Tupac song? Other one.
Okay, this is a live reaction to a video I haven't seen by Tupac yet.
Wanna be fuck with me, you's a goner. Oh, that's the way it is. Fuck yeah, and that's the way it's gonna be. Why? Puffin' up.
I haven't heard this one.
Yeah,
So this is an honest to God live reaction. First time listening to this video. Nobody had no, and to me, even to this day, nobody had that flow, that genuine flow like Tupac had either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I just got to keep pausing it so we don't, so I don't get struck. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tupac hit.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say when Tupac hits this verse here in a minute, dude, he spits bars. It's fucking badass.
All right, we'll get. I can feel it. I can feel it. It's gonna be a bomber, dude, for real. Yep. I'm excited. Like the first time I heard like all eyes on me, you know, like this is, and when he was saying, when he's like, this is the first time I've heard this one, but like when he's saying this shit, you didn't say this shit back then.
Like he just literally just freestyle, like literally
Just fucking just drops the fucking bomb on it, dude. Warren G's video.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember, man.
Every other where we go.
Every other city we go. Every other baby.
Why they called you bitch? I bet you.
Warren G was another badass.
Yeah, for real. Yep. And he kind of after Tupac died, he kind of just like disappeared into a nothingness too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Chick in so many fucking music videos, dude.
Which one?
This one right here, check it out.
Oh yeah. Huh.
For real.
Yeah.
For real. I think that's Brenda.
Oh.
So check it out. You guys know who Bismarcky is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how he's singing about in the song in
Girl,
you got what I need? Yeah. That's the bit. That's Brenda. Or that's blah blah blah.
It's in it, blah blah blah.
That's blah blah blah. That chick that I paused on a minute ago in this one, that's blah blah blah. For real. That's good advice right there. He just says keep your pussy to yourself. I mean, for real, right?
Call you bitches about
That's not bad advice. I'm not even gonna lie. That like took me back to like 1995, 1996. Dude. I listened to dude. I've never heard that song before, dude. Like for real, that was really good. I'll never forget that song.
There's a shit ton of Tupac remixes too. Have you ever listened to them?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest of fucking remix fans. What's up, Luna? There are a few of them that are good for sure.
And a lot of the new stuff that's came out, like he's got some good ones too.
Yeah, like, and I sit and think about like him and Eminem, dude. Oh my god, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We were fucking legitimately robbed of so much music, dude, because Diddy's a bitch.
Oh,
I don't know you're one here that I know, LOL. Well, now you know me. Oh, blamed. I read wrong. Everybody check it out. So check it. So hit that link right there too. That's my other channel. That's Poetry's Emotion. I got some new shit. I wrote a couple more poems. I made Hardy Bama. I hope that Hardy Dad sent it to his mom. And I made my mom cry like a baby, and I made some older lady cry too when I read it to her yesterday. So, like, you guys want to hear some good shit? Got to get that channel up to 50. You guys want to get some real emotions going? Hit that channel link. As soon as it hits 50, I'll go live and we'll start doing some live poetry readings.
I'll give you another one to listen to later on when you get time.
All right. Oh, that's a no to the lollipop. No, it's Ella.
Okay.
Get to know that's a no to the lollipop. What lollipop? Boom, boom, boom. What lollipop? Did I miss a lollipop? I want a lollipop.
Lollipop.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Kitty. She says, I've been subbed to you, but I don't know who you are, but you're cool, LOL. Want to try my lipstick lollipop? I'm sure Hardy Dad wouldn't mind.
Oh, is that with that? I'm not
Kitty XO last night, yeah. I was like, this just got real dirty real quick. She literally goes off camera and to everybody knows what you're doing. Come on now. What's up, Luna?
Luna.
GTK. Yeah, no, I don't want a strawberry. It's probably strawberry flavored, and I hate strawberries. So yeah, leave it to G2K or the weirdo. Don't like Johnny Cash or Fleetwood Mac or strawberries. So there you go. What's up, big angry Phil?
Are you angry?
AMAC against child and sexual abuse. That's
Oh,
right. Yep.
I mean, I didn't mean to derail the conversation, man. Sorry.
Oh no, you're
about that.
good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. So, I would encourage everybody to go back and watch this live stream, at least the first half hour, 45 minutes of it. I put out a lot of good information in there about sexual abuse awareness and shit today. So I'm getting back into my routine. Mondays, I'll be doing live streams every Monday, Awareness Monday, doing presentations like I did tonight.
Back on track, huh?
Back on track. Yep. Tuesday nights will be a fun night. So Tuesday nights will be tie-dye Tuesday. Then Wednesdays, I'm not sure what we're gonna do with Wednesdays. Wednesdays, but Thursdays we'll be chilling and chatting Thursday night, where we talk about anything but sexual abuse awareness, because I need a break from the shit, because I legitimately
You can't just talk about that.
I can't talk about it all the time because it gets to me. You know what I mean? So, and then Fridays will be FBI Fridays, and Saturdays and Sundays. Well, before Harley Dad stream, because I'm always at Harley Dad stream on Fridays. Whenever he decides to go live on Fridays, that is. I'm going through withdrawals because he didn't go live this Friday. So, Tupac Scandalous from All Eyes on Me album. That's beat on that one. Is fuck yeah, it is. Yep.
Scandalous is fucking awesome. I had that whole album.
Yeah. KDXO, you'll learn real quick with me that I will never, hardly ever be caught up in my chat. I'll always be 25 behind.
Oh, yeah, he's always behind.
It's like, yeah, I get sidetracked a lot. Like a lot.
And then finally, when you get to the bottom, you're like, oh, I missed so and so.
Yeah.
So-and-so. I didn't get it. I didn't read it.
What's up, James? It wasn't even like a flavor. It was more like waxy taste, like a Lego. You know what Legos taste like?
I was gonna say something.
Kitty, is there something you want to tell us now?
I was gonna say something, but I better just keep my mouth shut.
It's just Kitty, LOL. But yeah, DW, I'm just bugging. So somebody better grace us up here on panel, because I get uncomfortable sometimes.
Who's the next contestant on G2K's live?
Gypsy Joe, what's up, sweetheart? How are you? How are you? So yeah. So what state are you in? You don't have to tell me out loud, but what state are you in?
Alabama.
Alabama. Let's learn some fucking facts about Alabama. Okay.
Sure.
I'll pull up just some statistics directly for Alabama. Just give me a second here. Please do a tap dance real quick there, Outlaw. Maybe a little bit, like a 15-second skit song or something real quick to keep everybody entertained while I look this information up. Please hold it down.
All right, yeah. Yeah, Phil, what was the name of that album that Scandalous was on? Was it Machiavelli? What was the name of that album? I had both sides of it. We Ain't Hard to Find, Heaven Ain't Too Hard to Find. Scandalous. God, there's so many good songs in that album. Weirdest law in the state. That would be we're not allowed to collect rainwater. It is illegal for us to collect rainwater. So far that I know of.
Yep, it is for us.
It is in Idaho
big,
too.
Big
Yep.
fine. Yeah.
Okay. Here are some key facts about sexual abuse in Alabama. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The weirdest law in my state is you can't fish from the back of a giraffe.
On Sunday or something.
Anytime.
Oh, I thought it was like on a certain
Yep.
day.
You cannot fish from the back of a giraffe in the state of Idaho. And Idaho is one of the last, if not the last state that you can still be hung for stealing a horse.
Holy shit.
Yep.
What about the courthouse one stairs?
Oh, so also it's not illegal to beat your wife or your spouse as long as you're on the courthouse steps after 5 p.m. Make that make sense.
That's literally a law. One of the dumb laws.
As long as you're on the courthouse steps after 5 p.m., you can beat your spouse.
Yeah. The most weird.
Any other
odd,
time, it's
fucked
illegal.
up one, huh?
So, here are some key facts about sexual abuse in Alabama. Prevalence: sexual assault and rape are significant issues in Alabama. According to Alabama Department of Public Health, young people aged 12 to 34 are at the highest risk. Impact: approximately 70% of rape or sexual assault victims experience moderate to severe distress after an incident, which is a higher percentage than for any other violent crime.
Wow.
Child abuse. Child abuse, including sexual abuse, is a critical concern. In 2019, there were 23.3 child abuse calls per 1,000 children under 18 years old. The number of child maltreatment victims increased from 8,466 in 2015 to 12,158 in 2018. Supportive services. The Alabama Coalition Against Rape, the ACAR, provides training, advocacy, support, and resources for survivors and their families. If you or someone you know needs help, please reach out to local resources like the Alabama Coalition Against Rape, or ACAR, or your nearest rape crisis center.
Have you ever looked up Washington, D.C., the number one worst for that? Have you ever looked up the statistics on it?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but like
I wonder if it's
the worst state in the United States when it comes to trafficking is not even the state. It's Washington D.C.
Capital. United States. Go figure, huh?
Okay, Gypsy Joe. Sorry.
What?
Nope, I haven't. 3 Dot Dave.
I must have missed something. I don't even know.
I haven't either.
Nope, I haven't either.
Huh.
If you want to, Gypsy Joe, if you want to come around on this channel when we're not talking about this subject, then like Tuesdays and Thursdays would be your best times to come around here. Because we don't talk about it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So
Sorry if you got offended.
yeah, I didn't mean to get you triggered or any of that shit. I didn't mean to, that's not my intention. That's not my intention ever. So like, I'm glad you're here. I appreciate every one of my supporters being here and subscribers being here. But this is the main focus of this channel, is this topic.
Yes.
It's all right. You don't need to apologize at all. At all. You're good. You're good. So it was a girl's testimony about her uncle starting at 2 years. And see, Gypsy Joe, I'm not a survivor of sex trafficking, but I am a survivor of rape and molestation from the age of, the summer I turned 5 till the summer I turned 12. So that's
Yeah,
I do know what you're going through.
That is definitely not something to make fun of or mock.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
Absolutely
never.
not. Absolutely not. And like, there's some shit that's happened over the last couple of days in my personal life that's really got my head all fucked up. So
It kind of has to do with that subject.
it kind of has to do with this kind of subject. So I'm not going to go into it any further than that, but just know that even me myself can't escape the realities of sexual abuse in later years of my life and inside family members. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unfortunately. And that's the realization of it.
I'm sorry that you went through that.
So, and I'm sorry you had to go through I'm sorry you went through what you went through. And yes, it was horrible, but but it happened to me, and like I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if it wouldn't have happened to me. So, you know, you got to try to find a silver lining out of everything, you know.
Positive out of it in a way, or you know, I don't know how to say it. That sounds messed up, but kind of gotta, yeah, I don't know how to say it.
You know, Kitty, like that's the reality that's a reality for a lot of people in this world. A lot of us had to experience and go through a lot of negative shit to get to where we're at. And what breaks my heart is the fact that I know that it's still happening out there in the world today to innocent children that it should never happen to.
And some are still never come forward because they're too
Yep.
afraid still.
Yep.
It's really
Kitty says, sorry to hear all of you. Sorry to hear all of you. My heart breaks to know that people were cruel to you. Oh, thank you. She said it was like being stranded on a planet with him. That's fucked up. Yeah. Like, and I can only imagine 3 Dot. Like, for real.
That's so sad.
That's for real.
Horrible.
My mother, Gypsy Joe says, my mother's side of my family, who I didn't meet until I was a teenager, were and are all child sex abusers. That's fucked up. Yep.
Sorry to hear that. So that's awful.
Kitty says, my 2 dads were both abusive, and I can say I didn't have it as bad as most. You know, that's one thing for sure right there, Kitty, is it don't matter.
Yeah, one story isn't worse
yeah.
than the other. Like
it's all horrible. You know, I mean, it's just all fucked up, and that's what we fight against over here. We're fighting to try to make that change for a lot of innocent people, for sure, children.
Being a voice for them who are voiceless, you know.
If I didn't have a brother, I don't think I'd handle. I don't think I'd handle it as well as I do now. Well, just so you know, I know we just barely met and all that shit, but another big part of this channel is we are here for each other. If you just need somebody to talk to, just to listen or whatever, hit me up, leave a message on my channel, whatever. Like, you're always welcome here. Everybody that's for everybody. If you've been abused in any way, shape, or form, if you're just even having a hard day and need somebody to talk to, that's what we're here for. That's one of the major things that we're here for.
And ain't nobody gonna say one mess up, screwed up, or fucked up thing to you, because they will definitely be dealt with for sure.
Yep. And anybody, and as you can see, my channel don't get overran with trolls. No. It's like troll repellent over here, and like we don't put up with disrespect when somebody comes up and tells their story or has something to talk about. And so just know that, everybody, like, for real, starting 2 and 3, and she's finally telling her story at 18 years old. The abuse for me started the summer I turned 5, and ended the summer I turned 12. And I didn't tell my parents until I was 16, going on 17. And I still to this day wish I wouldn't have told my parents, because
mine started when I started calling my stepdad dad.
And my wife's abuse started as soon as she started calling him dad. He started sexually abusing her. So my mom is strong, and I admire her patience and protective sense. She always made the right choice for us. And see, that's one thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Kitty, because I'm actually going to interview my mom and dad, because I've always talked about how I told my mom and dad, and you know, their reaction to it and whatnot. And my mom and dad honestly believed and felt like they were keeping me safe, and they were keeping us kids safe. They had no idea this shit was going on. And like, it's just,
some people don't even have their parents at all.
Yeah.
On their side at all.
Yeah. My wife, her mom took the side of her boyfriend / husband. She disowned my wife completely. Fucking sat beside him in the courtroom the day that they came to arrest my wife's stepdad. The first thing out of her mouth to my wife was, "How could you do this to me?" After the cops explained what the fuck was going on. So you know what I mean? That's what, like, we're family over here. We're supposed to be here for each other because we didn't have that kind of shit when we were growing up, and like, and like we can all relate. And there's some of us that come here that haven't been abused, and I'm grateful for that. And but they're supportive as well, and they got knowledge in areas that some of us don't. And like, if you're having an issue in life, there's somebody here on this channel in this community that can point you in the right direction or give you the shoulder that you need to lean on or cry on, or, you know, for real. No judgment here ever, for sure. For sure. If and when justice was served, Gypsy Joe says, if and when justice was served, all of my mother's family blamed all the kids after justice was served for the abused kids. Therefore, they never let us honestly win. That's fucked up. And my abuser, he never seen a pair of handcuffs for my abuse. So she got pregnant from the uncle at 11 years old. Oh my God, dude.
So sad.
No problem. Thank you. Like Kitty says, no problem. No problem. Thank you. Likewise. I'm here to hear people out with utmost confidently, and can try to give best legal advice, but I do live in Canada, so, well, the laws aren't too much different from Canada and America, so
welcome.
Reach out to me anytime. Absolutely. Thank you for that. And I'm sure that goes for I'm sure that goes for anybody as well. So there you go. There's another outlet for anybody. So reach out to Kitty. Hardy Dad, if you're still here, because I think you're the only one in chat with a wrench.
Everybody hit that thumbs up too, please.
Can you drop everybody's links for me?
Everybody hit that thumbs up.
I just need to do a couple of live streams from YouTube itself so I can fucking start putting some other people on here.
I think you need to alternate or like switch, alternate.
Yeah.
Alternate it.
Yeah. Trying to figure out, oh, right here. Reach out to me anytime. Kitty says, reach out to me anytime. That's the one I'm looking for. Where the hell's it at? Okay, right there. Okay. Gypsy Joe, I met my biological mother when I was 13. Biggest regret. I wish I never met her. She let her brother have his way with me at 13 years old. Goddamn demons.
Reminds me of Darlene, like some of the stuff she went through.
And that's one thing right there. Like, there's so many kids out there just like Gypsy Joe. Like, one of the people that are supposed to be there to protect her are the ones that made her a victim.
So imagine the PTSD and not being able to trust anybody because of that. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Kitty says, sorry to hear that. Terribly. Hugs to you, Gypsy Joe.
Yes.
Just observing. Everybody, if you would, please put some black and blue and purple, some purple and black hearts in the chat for Gypsy Joe. Let's show her some real GTK love over here, you guys. For real. That's what I ask for when we have conversations and shit like that.
Well, you're welcome here, and we're here. We got
absolutely. And if you ever want to go into more detail on your story, like, I would love to interview you at some point in time. But only if you want to. And I know it can sound kind of fucked up, but I just think the more of us that have our stories out there, the more and more people that will come forward. So, yeah, I mean, my story, I'm thinking about doing another one. I'm thinking about doing it again. So a refresher for people for the new subscribers and stuff of the channel. And like, it's not an easy one to get through for sure. And, so, you know, just know, I mean, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. I don't want you to feel pressured in any way or whatsoever.
You're still welcome here.
Yes, absolutely. Whether you do or you don't, you'll always be welcome here in this community, Gypsy Joe and Kitty and everybody else.
Welcome to all the people.
Maybe not 3 Dave. Wink, wink.
As long as he doesn't talk. No, I'm just kidding.
What doesn't break you turns you closer to God. Amen. Absolutely, Gypsy Joe. That was a long word, LOL. Yeah, I can kind of get stuck on stupid sometimes. typo. Meant to say closer to God. Yep, we got you, Gypsy. Gypsy. What doesn't kill you strengthens you for the next wave. Endurance is all we can do. Yeah, that's good. Amen to that. There's some black and purple hearts right there for you, sweetheart. That's for sure. Watch this. This is a real president, in my opinion. What, Flavorhand Lincoln? I would love to be interviewed. I fight hard for those who cannot fight. Name the time, please. When?
You just name the time.
You name it. You want to do it tomorrow morning? We can do it tomorrow morning. Hell yeah, Kitty. Like, seriously. Click what link? What are you talking about? I didn't see no link. Like, see, I know it can sound kind of weird. I know it can sound kind of weird. A man interviewing a woman about abuse, but just know that, like,
You're well safe over here. Like
you're well safe. I won't ask. Like, basically how it works for me is I just let you get up here. I ask a few questions, introduce you, whatever.
You only talk
And
about what you want.
you only talk about what you want to talk about, and we go from there. Like, your pace, it stops when you want it to stop, and like, I won't, like, I have a lot of respect, and I am very sensitive, especially when it comes.
If you look at some of his older videos, go back and look at
Yes.
some of his other interviews he's done. Yeah, you'll see how he is.
Yep. I like.
You've done quite a few interviews.
I've done quite a few interviews on this topic, and
You've got some upcoming ones too, don't you?
yep, I do. And I've like, there's not one female or male that I've interviewed, especially when it comes to being abused, that has ever said that I've made them feel uncomfortable in any way, or yes, like seriously, if you want to talk for 5 minutes and take a 5-minute break, then that's what we'll do. Like, it's not about me, it's about you, and how I like to sometimes Thursday. Yeah, absolutely. Thursday morning is fine. Whenever. How I like to explain it, like, it's basically just going to be a conversation between you and I, and we're going to live stream it and go from there, or if you don't want to live stream it, we can do a recording of it, however you want to do it. So I'll put my email address for both you and Kitty down in the chat. Just send me an email and we'll go from there. I have a hard time sometimes asking, especially females, if they want to do an interview, because I don't want to scare them away, because I know it can be a touchy subject, because it is a touchy subject. But I just look at it as like breaking the chains that bind us from telling our stories and getting it out there, So Kitty says, I'm not licensed, but I am hoping after this schooling I'll take courses on it to further my knowledge. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
It's amazing to always keep on
Yep.
bettering yourself. That's like,
They will have a time to take a break. They will have a time to take a break and smoke or breathe or whatever. Absolutely. Like I said, just like I was saying, if she wants to talk for 2 minutes and take a 5-minute break, then that's That's exactly what it'll be.
Call
Like,
the shots when you're up there. That's for sure. I'm down. Call the shots.
yep, absolutely. Yeah, like however you want to do it, Gypsy. You tell me the time, and I'll work around you. It doesn't matter what I got going on or any of that. Or
I'll watch the chat and I'll keep you on that shit.
yeah. My wife will be there in chat to regulate, and like I've never had anybody come in during a live stream of an interview. Sorry, Outlaw. I've never had anybody come in, like I haven't been trolled during these things, and like people come here and like there have been some people that have tried to come in and troll.
And I have no tolerance. I'll straight block anybody.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
if
Don't
there's
get me
no
wrong. I
thing.
respect Kitty. I just don't know her. Yeah, I just met her yesterday too. But yeah, like I just know she's from my own personal from meeting her yesterday. She's a decent person for sure. Like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I got a pretty good sense of that in people. Kitty. So evening, hubby works nights. We sleeps days. I don't know Kitty, and I would rather not include her with my situation. Okay, I'm sure she yeah, she says too. I understand. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong, I respect Kitty. I just don't know her. Yep. Been fun, brother. Absolutely, outlaw, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. Kitty. There you go. There's some love. I have about 10 minutes. All right. Sweet. All right, Gypsy. Here we go. Here you go. There's the link.
It's cool. I love it when new people come in here.
Me too. Me
So
too.
awesome.
About
That's
10
what's
minutes.
going
I'm just offering to help if anyone needs. I wouldn't intervene, no problem. I wouldn't think you would either. I feel like you aren't doing what you preach. What do you mean? I didn't see no fucking link, 3 dot. I didn't see no video link at all, 3 dot.
Does he know you're on StreamYard, not YouTube? Maybe that's why you can't see it.
I didn't see no link for any video, 3 dot.
Oh, really? I like spammed it for a while there.
No,
So,
no,
can you guys go to youtube.com and go in the search bar and type in Kamala Harris rape victim?
Okay. But
Awesome.
yes.
Dude, this is exactly how YouTube should work, especially on this kind of channel that's like advocating for, fucking rights, man. Fixing shit.
Yeah. I just got to keep an eye
About
on
like 6 or 7 minutes.
Okay, I just
of
got to
this-
keep an eye. Okay, hang on one
this
second.
girl. No,
Okay,
I would never, ever, ever think that this could be any kind of flag ever, because this is really just getting the message out, in my opinion. If they did, that would be some scum bucket shit to do. This is
right.
This is Kamala Harris putting out a I support this ad type shit, right? This is meant to be spread.
How long is it?
Right. He says about 6 or 7 minutes. The only thing is I'm waiting. I'll play it. I'll play it. I give you my word. I'll play it. But Gypsy Joe is going to come up too for like 10 minutes too. So as soon as
Well,
she
let's
comes
do
up,
me first, and then we could do have fun with lives after that. But I mean, right now is
Well-
the best time to do me.
how about this? She said she's got like 10 minutes. We're trying to get an interview set up for her and shit. So like I'll start playing it. We'll wait for her to come up. As soon as she comes
All
up,
right,
I'll
let's
pause
do that.
it, and then
Let's start
Okay.
it.
Yes.
Let's have a teaser. Yeah.
Yes.
Love you guys.
You too, Dave.
Be nice, Dave. Be nice, Dave.
Let's go. Hit the like, subscribe.
Hadley, who became pregnant at the age of 12, ultimately miscarried. She found the courage to tell her mother, and ultimately, Hadley's stepfather was arrested. Hadley is sharing her emotional story with the world to advocate for reproductive health care for all women in America. Alongside Vice President Harris, they are sounding the alarm on what's at stake this November. Our interview marked the 2-year anniversary of the Supreme Court overturning Roe v. Wade. This is your first national media interview, and give.
Okay, so is this about abortion or is this about sexual abuse? Because
This is a combination of, she was abused from like 3 years old until she was like much older. She ended up getting pregnant at like 13 years old by her uncle, and basically pointing towards the revocation of abortion rights and not allowing someone in that situation to be able to get rid of a child in that situation. But I mean, what you're doing, right? I'm not sure what you're showing right now because that isn't like the Kamala Harris ad kind of thing that she's doing, right? So this is maybe probably after the fact. So I think that what's happening, what you're looking at right here is that once the ad came out, she became kind of like a spokesperson, kind of, is what you're looking at the moment.
Okay.
You want to keep playing?
Yeah. I know, babe, but
Given what's at stake today, can you tell people what you want them to take away from, to know about your personal and deeply painful story, and why it's so relevant to women today?
Women today, if they're walking in the shoes that I was in, which was pregnancy from rape, then, they don't have any option in a lot of states, and they're at risk for having no options after the election, and that's, very terrifying. And still I will forever be that little girl. And, that's really who I do this for. And knowing that I was in that position, and the only thing that allowed.
okay, so it is about abortion right activists. See, and I am anti-abortion. Like, there's so many people out there that can't have kids and shit. So, like, she could have made another decision. She didn't have to keep custody of the kid. She could have given him up for adoption. The kid would have never known that he or she was born a child of incest or rape, and a perfect life will continue to go on. That's my opinion, and I don't support it.
You're kind of like Rich. Let's talk about this just for a second, because you are a dude. You're a man. You got the male genitalia. You don't have to be pregnant. You don't have to contemplate being pregnant. Now, this situation, she's being raped since she was 3 years old. And it was happening over and over and over and over and over and over until she was 12 years old and got pregnant, where he finally released his seed into her as a incubator.
Right, I get that.
Is it her responsibility to carry that, bro?
Do you think it's the responsibility just to kill that? Like, do you think it's okay just to kill, like, it's a child in there, dude?
There's situations now. We're talking about a situation here. You're talking about a rapist, a perpetual rapist.
You're right.
It was raping his niece?
His niece.
For years.
Yes.
Right.
Which is
she
fucked up.
Wasn't able to stand up. Wasn't able to talk. She was sitting there in the shadows, afraid. I mean, I feel like out of anyone in this universe right now, you and me, you would understand that.
I do understand that, but that doesn't mean that she had to have an abortion.
Dude, she is not a vehicle for a sperm donor. No matter how it happened, if it was an accident by the rapist or not, she does not have to carry that shit.
That shit is a human being.
Yeah, that shit is a freaking a monster. It's a fucking monster.
Yeah. I ain't doing with that.
Sorry, Dave. Not doing it, dude.
Sorry. You're gonna literally talk down on us because of what our opinion is. Sorry, that's not welcome here, dude. Dave, you know that.
He's gone. I dropped him. He's gone.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying,
sorry.
if he's listening, I ain't dealing with that drunk shit. I'm sorry, but I can tell when he's been drinking. He doesn't. He just like that. And it's our channel. It's your channel.
And see, see, Kitty, like abortion. The abortion topic is a hard one for a lot of people.
Yes, it
is. And it is for me. Like, if the mother's gonna die.
And it is fucked up, but you know what? Like all victims don't have a voice at one point in time because that's why they're victimized. They are, you know what I mean? They are you know what I'm saying? Like one doesn't, you know what I mean? One's enough. Doesn't go through more than another. You know what I'm saying? a victim is a victim. The survivor is a survivor.
Well, yes,
No
I,
matter
right,
what
right, yeah,
abuse
I get it, I get it, but to call like it's still a child, and yes, it's fucked up that this pig son of a bitch would get his niece pregnant at that young, and make her and put her in that situation, absolutely, but like
I'm
there's
sorry she's
there's
not the only one that's been through that though.
yeah,
either.
but there's yeah,
Like, I'm sorry, Dave, but
you know, I'm sorry, but this abortion talk would be different if women could transfer their fetus to the father. LOL. Just saying.
yeah, right.
I get it. I mean, but you know, I just think
You're
that.
sitting there saying that of all people, I thought you would understand. That's not right.
I mean,
That's not
and
cool to say.
that baby has no choice. That baby has no choice in the matter, and it didn't ask to be conceived, and whether it was whether it was consensual conception or it was rape, and the baby was conceived, like it's still a baby. It's fucked up. It is.
But there's other alternatives other than murder. Sorry.
Yeah, there are still women that die from pregnancy and complications. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Due to abuse and rape, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
But you let him sit there and talk down on you like that. That's not right.
See, and like I had, well, I'll just put it out there. I had an uncle of mine, a blood uncle of mine, get a niece of his pregnant, which was my blood cousin, at a younger age, and he carried it through and gave the baby up for adoption. Now this baby is, well, but you know what I mean. So I mean, it's not ideal, but still, like I think everybody deserves it.
Than any other story.
Yeah.
Like they're all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what to
But see, little kitty, like you're assuming, and that's now a life sentence of 18 years. She could, like, okay, so my oldest sister, she was born without a birthing canal. She was born with one ovary, and she can't have kids. And like if an opportunity came around that child doesn't have to know that where it was conceived or any of that kind of stuff. So like
there's people that commit suicide.
I mean,
have children. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and we wonder why there's school shootings and things like that. Well, I mean, the child doesn't have to know. Like, I mean, my mother thought it was my 1-year-old cousin's fault. And we wonder why. Okay, this is the reason women need to have the right over their own body, period. I don't think, like, even to that extent, I just don't think there has to be a limit to, like, there has to be a limit to, like, how far along they can be, for sure. I don't think, like, a mother shouldn't be able. I just don't think it's all right to go and abort a baby that's 5 months, 6 months, 7 months old.
I know people that were literally born from rape, from their mom being raped, and they became successful and became good members of society. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
My mother thought it was my 1-year-old cousin's fault that her brother came in her mouth. Even after the law jailed him, my mother and her father blamed that 1-year-old child for his punishment. Yeah, that's fucked up.
It doesn't make that baby a monster, though. It's not.
Yeah, but it doesn't make that baby a monster. I'm sorry, I don't. If we can have the right to divorce and not be with a harmful human, why can't we divorce this baby? LOL. Well, because divorcing somebody is not killing a life form. If abort is too harsh for some, sorry. No, it's not too harsh. It's a harsh word, but it is a harsh word.
That's why it's a subject that is just it's really
It's touchy.
because not everybody's always gonna.
You know, like. So my sister, like I was saying, she doesn't have a birthing canal. She growing up, that's all she ever wanted. She wanted to have five kids, and find out that she could never have
Yeah, that's what
children.
I'm saying. Some people
So
don't even know that they can't have kids until they're adults.
So, like somebody could have, gave her one of their babies for, up for adoption instead of aborting it because of whatever reason, I mean, I understand both sides. I really do. So, but to sit up here and call an innocent child, whether it's been born or not, is a monster is fucked up, Dave. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Dave, that was uncalled for, dude. Sorry, but it wasn't right. It's not the child's fault.
So,
either.
but with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Gypsy Joe, were you gonna come up, or if not, I'm gonna get out of here. Here's my email address, Aaron. If getting raped resulted in a child, getting raped has resulted many times in a child. My cousin was raped by an uncle who he then carried the baby full term and gave it up for adoption. Now that child will have a beautiful life, not ever know that it was a child of incest and rape, and nobody's hurt. In some cases, it costs a little bit of money. Yeah, it does. It does. I would like to just see harsher punishments because seems like they just get wrist slaps and no jail. Yep, you're right, Kitty. They do, and that's one of the main things that I wanted. That's the main thing that I push for in this channel.
For all of them.
So,
Level,
yep, yep, absolutely. I think adopting a baby should basically not cost anything. So, if I were a female, I'm not. So I can't even speculate on that. Exactly, Gypsy Joe. Exactly. Or castration, LOL, but that's a bit harsh. Oh, I don't think so. Like the only thing, like they started doing chemical castrations and physical castrations like back in the mid '90s into the late '90s, and like what it came out to be is they just turned the predators into more violent predators. Because it's 90% mental, really. It is.
It's control. It's the fact of having control too.
Yep.
And it's mentally, you know what I mean?
But see, that's one-sided though, Kitty. That's one-sided though, because you know how many females out there that are sexual abusers. You can't castrate a female.
Look at all these female teachers recently that have been caught abusing their students.
So you can't castrate a female. And not all rape, because men can be raped just as I'm not saying you don't know. I just had to point it out, you know what I mean? I just had to, put it out there. So like I was raped by an 8th grade teacher. So who was female. I mean,
look at all the teachers that came out recently,
so I mean, so castrating only takes care of part of the problem, and like
what about females?
Like I said, yeah, and yes, there are females who will play nice, and soon as they get your seed, they leave you, but slam you with CS, and you never see your kid. Yes, that's super sad and fucked up, but legitimately,
it's the same way on both sides, though.
Yep.
It's just, it is.
It's all right, Gypsy Joe. Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely, take your time. Yeah. And yes, there are females. Yep. But that's not. I mean, like, I was legitimately raped by an 8th grade teacher. So, like, men can be raped by females just as a female can be raped by a man. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna hang out with my wife. I'm gonna play some roulette. I want to win some money or lose some money. Thank you all for joining me. If you didn't catch the beginning of this live stream, please go back and watch it, at least the first half an hour, 45 minutes of it. And there's a lot of good information in the first half hour, 45 minutes. So there you go. Do me 2 favors. 1, try to love one another right now because we might not get a chance to do so tomorrow. Number 2, tell your friends about me because they're going to want to know, get to know. Later.